Hi everyone, today I'll guide you through a gentle flow which you can practice before bed. We're going to start in a child's pose, so just bring your knees as wide as your mat and big toes touching. Just stretching your arms forward to the top of your mat and sitting those hips low towards your heels. Relaxing your head and your neck. You can take a couple of rocks side to side with your hips. Maybe rocking your head side to side as well, massaging your forehead. Just starting to let go of everything from your past day, beginning to release any tension built up. You can continue these side to side movements. So now we're just going to add a side stretch. So walk your hands over towards the right side. And then when you exhale, fold over towards that right, feeling the stretch along the left side of your body. Holding for one more breath. And then we'll inhale to walk the hands back through center over towards your left. Exhale to fold over towards that left side, stretching into the right side of your body. Okay, and then slowly walk your hands back to center. And from here, you can walk your hands in, just sitting up into a kneeling position here. You can bring your knees together. You can sit up on a cushion or sit up on a block or something else if your knees feel uncomfortable here. Let's just bring those arms up overhead, drawing a big circle, letting your palms touch, and then interlace your fingers, flip those palms up, and press your palms up towards the ceiling. Stretching to the front of your neck, into your chest, into those arms, maybe even bringing your arms slightly behind you. And then exhale to tuck your chin towards your chest, round your upper back, push the palms forward. Let's just repeat these two movements twice. Inhale to bring those arms up, stretching into your chest, into the front of the body. And then exhale, rounding through your upper back, pressing your palms forward, rounding your upper back. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale to come back to center. And then exhale to release. You can give your arms a bit of a shake here. Okay, and then we'll just come into a hip opener, our pigeon pose. Going to bring the left knee forward behind your left wrist. Shuffle your right leg back. Let's stay here for a little moment. Fingertips on the mat. Instead of just dumping into your lower back here, make sure you're pressing into your fingertips, lifting through that lower belly. And think of a piece of string pulling your chest up. Feel that stretch into your left hip and glutes. Feel free to sit up on a blanket or something underneath that left hip. And you also feel a stretch into the right hip flexors. Okay, so lifting the chest, stretching into the lower back here as well. And I'm going to do a little flow here. So you can walk your hands just a little bit further forward. When we inhale, let's lift that chest. But when we exhale, we're going to bow forward. Think of melting your chest down towards the mat. And then when you inhale, you push down into that mat. Lift your chest again. Exhale to melt back down. Just moving along that spine. Inhale to press up. Exhale to melt back down. Let's do that 3 more times. You might even walk your hands a little further back to get a bit of a deeper back bend. Pushing, lifting the chest, Stretching into the hip flexors, into the lower back, and exhale, melting back down. 2 more rounds, moving with your breath. And then you can slowly make your way back up. And let's just walk those hands over towards your left side now. You might just stay here, and this is already enough. You might feel a bit of a deeper stretch here into the left glutes, also into the right side of the body, the right hip flexors. If you feel like you can go a little further, then just keep walking your hands over towards that left side, maybe even coming down to your palms, or you might come down to your elbows. Feel free to rest your arms on blocks or pillows to give yourself a bit of extra height. And we'll just stay here for 3 breaths. And then you can slowly make your way back to center. And then now we're just going to tuck those back toes under, shuffle your back foot in, come back to that tabletop position, stepping your left knee back, and take a few moments to shake your hips side to side, draw little circles with the hips. And then we'll come to the other side. So stepping your right knee forward and your left back. We'll find that pigeon pose, coming up onto the fingertips, lifting the chest, feeling the stretch into your right hip and glutes, into your left hip flexors in the front of your quad this time. Remember, you might just stay right here. Especially in this position, you'll feel a lot of that tension that we store in the hips starting to be released and start to melt away. So it might feel quite strong initially. Just breathe into it. And then you can find your little flow, pushing away from the ground to lifting the chest, and then exhale to melt your chest down. Just noticing how this side feels for your lower back, for those hips. Lifting on the inhale, exhale to melt back down. 4 more rounds, moving in time with your breath. And you have completed 6 rounds in total of this little back bend flow. You can come back up and then start to walk your hands over towards the right side now, stretching a little bit deeper into this left side of your body, the left hip flexors, also finding a bit of a twist into that lower back. Okay, so stay or come up or come down onto your palms or onto your elbows. And just hold here. Noticing how the stretch in your hips also changes a little bit. Just 3 breaths. And then staying a little bit longer. And coming back up. And this time, we're just going to roll over onto that right hip. You can use your hands to help you swing that left leg around. And we're just going to lie onto our back. So shuffle a little further forward. And you can slowly lie all the way down, hugging your knees in towards your chest. So you can draw those little circles with your knees this time. Releasing the hips, but also getting a bit of a massage into your lower back. And go in the opposite direction with your circles. Okay, and then now, planting your feet flat on the mat. You can keep your arms out to the side, or you can bring your arms up overhead, like you're stretching up overhead, stretching into the chest, into your shoulders. Feet can be a little bit wider, or just dropping the knees side to side. Windscreen wiper movements, stretching into the quads, still massaging across your back, but also massaging across your glutes, and gently twisting into that lower back. You can just continue with these windscreen wiper movements. Otherwise now you can also bring your arms back out to the side. We're going to keep the knees together, but lift your feet off the mat. And let's drop the knees side to side again, but we're just keeping those knees close towards the chest. Dropping the knees all the way over to one side, feeling that stretch into your lower back. And then inhale to bring your knees back to center, and then exhale, drop them over to the other side, stretching into the other side of your lower back. You might even hold each side for a few breaths. Otherwise, you could just do one breath, one movement. Dropping the legs to the side on the exhale, inhale back to center. Exhale, drop them to the other side. About 4, 5, or 6 more times, just until you're feeling a little bit more stretched out in that lower back. And then finally, we'll finish in a butterfly pose. This is one of my favorite poses to finish in. Feet together, knees out wide. Arms just in whatever comfortable position. Quite a passive stretch here. You're letting your knees be heavy, stretching into those hips and inside thighs. With each out breath, picturing that all of the tension from your past day is leaving your body, allowing your whole body to become a little bit softer. Let's complete our practice with a big breath together. Take a full breath in through your nose. And a big sigh out. Staying in this position until you're ready to come out.